Hello and welcome back to yet another episode of the FPL Frauds podcast. My name is FPL Train and I've got three hosts with me today.
Okay, yeah, I'm still here, unfortunately. I'm FPL Wii, and yeah, let's get ready for game week one. Could be an interesting one this year, I think. You two lads, the guys who actually don't do FPL, you introduce yourself now.
Okay, so I am idkFPL, and that's actually very fitting because I don't really know much about FPL because I quit in the fifth or sixth game week every season. I think longest I've ever gone is like game week 10 or game week 11. But we're hoping I can go the whole year this time, maybe. We'll see how it goes. Anyway, let me pass on to FredPL.
Yeah, FredPL. I definitely didn't make my team about 4 hours ago. I've definitely planned everything out, and I definitely won't forget, like FPL IDK, to do this in game week 5.
Alright, yeah. Well, we've all introduced ourselves and we've got quite a bit to go through today. So let's just start with the newly transferred players for FPL this season. So in this list, I've divided the transfers into international transfers and transfers within the Premier League. So what we're going to do is just going to go through each one, just do a bit of a discussion about them. So we're starting off with probably one of the most interesting picks of the newly transferred players, which is Victor Gyökeres for Arsenal. He's priced at around...
He is a solid pick. He scored like 39 goals in the Portuguese league, right? And he's only
Didn't Carlos
9.0.
Vinicius do that for us? Carlos Vinicius, Brazilian
No, not
striker.
39.
He
39,
did. He did that. He did
No,
that.
but he was
He's
never
got
in the
like, he's
running.
got like 30.
He was
Listen,
never in the
pal,
running for the Golden Boot.
Gyökeres,
I'll say
5 goals,
Lewis was
4
similar
assists.
now.
And also,
He's
he's
built
going
like
to be
Behabs. He's built like Behabs.
He reminds me a bit like maybe Gabriel Jesus when he transferred to Arsenal. How good an asset he was, you know.
No,
That's
in all
what,
seriousness, he'll be a poacher.
that's kind of what he reminds me of. I
He
think
was
he'll
Yeah.
be.
like, for half a season, he was good, though. Let's be real.
I've
Yeah,
rated him
he-
as Coventry man.
Arsenal
Season for
style
Coventry.
when Gabriel Jesus came in is very different to Arsenal style of football now, you know? Arteta's like the Antichrist. He plays anti-football at this point, so I don't know how Gyökeres is going to fit into that, whether that affect his output or something. It will be interesting.
See, I
Yeah,
don't know how the styles match though, because he played more off the shoulder for sport, which is not the style Arsenal played.
yeah,
Unless I'm
well...
completely wrong, then correct me.
Well, in fairness, Gyökeres looks like to be the main man up top for Arsenal, and
Not hard.
yeah, basically priced at 9 million though. Though it's either between him and him and Watkins for that price point.
Both.
See, I don't think either are worth them. I think
Just get.
Gyökeres would be
You can
more
get
worth.
Watkins. You can get Watkins. You can get Gyökeres, and you can also get Mark Guyu, who's on the other side. But Mark Guyu is 4.5.
We'll talk about him later. Yeah.
I think
go
the
on,
striker
later.
he should be getting is coming up next.
Oh, okay. So here we have Vert, Ekatike, and Frimpong. So let's start with what FredPL has suggested. Hugo Ekatike.
I think Ekatike is a baller, man. I think you need him in your team.
Yeah, like 8.5 million, pretty decent value.
Compared to 9 million, compared to 9 million for your guys.
Though there
What
is,
happens when
Very good value.
Isak joins Liverpool then?
yeah, that's also going to get onto the point. So what would happen if Isak joins Liverpool?
Okay, can I chime in as the Liverpool fan?
Go
Okay,
ahead.
so I think that without Isak, if we don't manage to get him, then Ekatike will be a great asset. I feel like he'll be able to get a higher share of the goals and assists that we generate. He'll have a more attacking role. He'll be playing striker constantly and everything. Whereas, like, if we signed Isak, he might be shuffled onto the left and they might interchange. Or, I mean, it's a wild card as to what Slot has planned with that. But I think Ekitike as an asset depends completely on if we sign Isak. So I would recommend everyone, if we sign Isak, you get him in your team. And if we don't sign Isak, then I think Ekatike is one to look out for because, I mean, if you show him in the Community Shield as well, he was probably our best player. So, yeah, I think Ekatike is a very promising asset, and I would rate him over Gyökeres if I'm being honest. Lower price and better player. So,
What if Ekatike was always the first choice and Isak was a bold decision and Slot just wanted Ekatike from the start? Because that could be a possibility.
I don't think. Why would we spend 150 million if Ekatike is the first choice?
Well, you got him in.
I mean, we got him
You
in.
could
But
have you could have saved that Ekatike got Isak, but you didn't. You went and got it.
I think we can play both. To be honest, I think
you'll play both if you get him.
yeah.
I don't think you spend
the
that
plan
money
is
on
to ship
Ekatike,
Ekatike.
which is why I think you will have an Isak Ekatike strike partnership with deadly.
Yes.
It would be good, yeah. But I think I don't know. I feel like Ekatike's GSC will be limited because he's playing more wide. But that's my opinion.
Yeah.
Potentially.
And
Two other players here as well.
Yeah. What would be your opinion on Wirtz and Frimpong as FPL assets? idkFPL.
So I think Wirtz, I don't know, Wirtz is 50-50 because I don't see him as like a De Bruyne type of player. I think he's similar to what Pedri is, for example, for Barcelona. I don't know if he'll be overly involved in like goals and assists in that case. But then again, Slot might just play him completely differently. I mean, I don't know. It's like
Yeah, I think he'll be involved with assists. Not so
I
many
think you
goals
have
as
to look at his
others, I'd
stats
say.
in Germany. His
I
goal
think
contributions in Germany was up there with Harry Kane.
I mean, yeah, Germany do play him differently. That is true. But you notice, like, by Leverkusen, he's a good player, but his goals and assists weren't particularly because of like I
They
don't
were
feel like they were platforming him in that way. In the league winning season, it was, but I feel like in the season after that, it wasn't as high. But I don't. I feel like Frimpong, on the other hand, I feel like he'll get a lot of goals and assists. He's been like getting more goals and assists than Trent, which is not hard because I feel like he's declined in that aspect. He's playing a different role. But I think Frimpong gets a lot of goals and assists for a defender, and I think at 6 million he's gonna be very good priced, and I wouldn't transfer him straight away, but I wait a few game weeks personally because obviously he's getting used to the league and everything. But I think over time that he will be an amazing asset for your team.
See, that's what I've been thinking. That's why I've put spoilers. I've decided to go with Kirkes instead for now, but they could go 50-50 between putting one.
Yeah, so I think in the first game weeks, Frimpong and Bradley will share minutes, but then the general shift will be Frimpong is going to be first choice right back. And especially when Salah goes to AFCON, Frimpong can play right wing. So he could be a really good asset by the time AFCON comes around. So I think So I think we've got the main international transfers out of the way. I think the rest of them are just other placeholders if you want cheaper.
I guess we could talk about Sesko.
Let's talk about Sesko. I think 7.5.
So, yes.
7.5. Okay.
Sesko has recently been priced.
7.5 striker like that is a bargain. Simple as that.
I disagree. I think that's a stay away. I think stay away from that.
Okay, if you look at Sesko's stats for RB Leipzig, they weren't that good, were they, for a striker? They were quite
underwhelming,
yeah.
Well, he got 13 and 14 goals in league seasons. DFB Pokal, he scored 4 than 2. Champions League 4 than 2. I mean, he's roughly a 15 goal a season striker, and he's going into a much better United team.
He's a 15 goal a season striker in Germany.
Well, no, I think he could replicate it. The reason being,
Kane's a 40 goal a season in Bayern. He was a 30 goal a season.
He's still a young player, and also the players around him. Bermo, Cunha, known for providing as well. Known for goal scoring, but also known for providing.
Yeah, speaking of Mbeumo and Cunha.
You look like the next
Well, speaking of Mbeumo and Cunha, I genuinely think they could be better value than Sesko. because
Right.
we'll get onto Mbeumo and Cunha in a minute. But my point is, Šeško will be sort of playing as a striker, whereas Mbeumo and Cunha will be playing as number 10s. So arguably they could provide goals as well as assists, which is why I feel like they could be better value if the United team ends up performing really well and all that.
The main goal scoring threat will be Šeško in the end. I can guarantee that.
Yes, but
I disagree.
but Šeško's a forward and Mbeumo Cunha's is a midfielder. Are midfielders, so more points.
I mean,
All I'll
Šeško
say,
did
I'll
get
leave it on
assists.
this. I'll leave it on this. My go invert the wing does not rate Sesko. It's enough
I mean,
evidence.
Šeško did get five.
It's enough evidence for me, person.
Yeah. And, well, yeah, all the other international transfers are just placeholders. So, Arias, 5.5 million from Wolves. Jacques and Lefebvre from Sunderland, 5.5 and 5 mil each. Truffert and De Kuyper, both new left-backs for Bournemouth and Brighton, respectively. And also
That'd be good cheap option.
And also
Wait, you forgot
Diff as well.
Rangers. You didn't put Rangers in there.
For Man City.
Reinders.
Reinders.
Yeah, we'll get on to Reinders in a minute. Yeah, we'll get on to Reinders in a minute. Let's just focus on the Premier League transfers for now. So we're starting with a hot one, João Pedro and Delap. They're both new strikers that signed for Chelsea Football Club. As a Chelsea fan, honestly, I feel like there will be competition between the two. Both of them will take minutes off each other. But I feel like João Pedro will start more games. But Delap will start some games, but their minutes will be shared. I can definitely see...
Can I ask a question?
Yeah.
Is João Pedro going to be your penalty?
No, that is 90% going to be Cole Palmer. 90% likely is going to be Cole Palmer.
Yeah. Gonna say
If
João Pedro is a very good penalty taker.
If Cole Palmer's not on, the
That's what I mean.
pitch, then I would assume the second choice penalty taker would be João Pedro or Delap, whichever one's on the pitch.
I think Pedro's a better penalty taker. So my point is, if for whatever reason throughout the season, Cole Palmer's injured, not available,
That's going to be a very rare occasion.
It's an observation. You need to bring it up.
Yeah, essentially, yeah.
But the issue with these two is the issue with Chelsea players. It's similar to Man City from a few years ago, where so many players could be in and out of the team every week. That you don't know what they're gonna do, so it's a risk.
Exactly. Chelsea squad depth is crazy. Like we could literally form another B team from that.
Roulette. It's the new Pep roulette.
Well,
it's just being careful with picking Chelsea.
Exactly. Next up, we have two 4.5 million goalkeepers in Keeman Kelleher and Georgia Petrovic. We'll get on to Kelleher in a bit, but he's 4.5 million, transferred from Liverpool to Brentford. He is, however, yellow flagged, which is a bit of a concern. So he missed like the last pre-season game that he played, that Brentford played in.
I think it's Brentford are going to be very poor this season.
That's what I mean. It's risky putting him in. I rate him highly as I don't see Brentford being particularly good this season.
Yeah, but on the other hand, we also got Petrovic now in Bournemouth colours. Now, here's the thing with Bournemouth. Like, Kirk has gone to Liverpool. Dean Howson's gone to Real Madrid. Zabani's gone to PSG. Their defence has basically been raided. And if you've seen the summer series, I know this is only pre-season and we shouldn't judge it by pre-season. But if you look at the Premier League summer series, exactly, they struggled. So, essentially, most of the 4.5 million goalkeeper options aren't great, which is why I see a lot of people going Robert Sanchez in goal for 5 mil. Although there is another 4.5 million goalkeeper that I don't know if we'll talk about him. It's Verbruggen from Brighton, but I'm not too confident about their fixtures.
The other one that you could look out for is Kinski at Spurs for 4.5.
He's not starting.
Kinski's 4 mil.
There is a chance. All I'll say is during pre-season he has been better than Bakary. So it's one to keep an eye.
Going to start.
It's one to keep an eye out on. Anyway,
he's about to be loaned out as well.
He's not. He isn't. You saw one report. No, he isn't. There's been no reliable reports.
Literally, there was.
He's in the squad for the Super Cup.
I know.
Yeah, so
I
why would he
know.
be?
But
If he's due to be loaned out, he would
Lille are
be.
going to sign him on loan.
No, they're not. But Bartle, that is a false rumor. I don't know why you believe.
From Tottenham Tears, mate.
Yeah.
Pal, it's been called out as false. Football
It's on
London
Tottenham
said it's
Tears.
not true. Football London, I'll pull up a clip later, but Football London said it's
Yeah.
not true.
Anyway, speaking of Spurs players, we also have
Keep an eye.
we also have Mohamed Kudus for 6.5 million, transferred from West Ham to Spurs. Likely going to be starting, seeing as Kulusevski and Maddison are injured. Has a good first fixture in Burnley at home. And then, yeah,
The one to look out for him is his goal contributions weren't fantastic last season.
yeah. So that might put them off, but Burnley at home in game week 1 is a fixture that...
And he's a guaranteed starter. He's an exciting player. He gets himself into good positions. And you'd hope with potentially players like Johnson and Solanke who can score goals, he's able to create more in that team.
Yeah. Another player who's able to create is Milos Kerkez from Liverpool, and I assume idkFPL will have something to talk about it.
Yeah, so Kirkes, I rate him very highly. I think he was the best left back in the league last season quite comfortably. And I think as an attacking threat, he's very, very good. One thing I should have mentioned this with Frimpong, but like one thing to keep in mind with Liverpool defenders is that I think the way we're playing, and I think we saw this in the Community Shield and we've seen this in some of our preseason games as well. It looks like a kind of season where we're going to try and outscore the opponents. Our defense is...
we are, mate. Taking off Ange, my goat.
Yeah, thinking of Ange.
Just who we are, mate. Just who we are.
I'm just saying, in general, I wouldn't expect a lot of clean sheets from these Liverpool fullbacks compared to other premium defenders. But I still think, in terms of attacking, they're some of the best defenders in the league, I think. And I would take Kerkez over Frimpong at least for the first few game weeks. I mean, I predict the dynamic is going to change pretty soon. But I think Kerkez with Premier League experience is going to be a very good option, a very safe option, and will bag a lot of returns.
Yeah.
What I'll say on Liverpool's defence as well is they're very thin in terms of central defenders. Like you have a very, very good back two of Konate and Van Dijk.
Yeah.
But if for whatever reason one of them's out long-term injury, that could hit you defensively going forward.
Yeah, it's really important to keep that in mind. And also Kerkez and Kerkez is like Frimpong that has potential rotation with Robertson, but I feel like Kerkez's position is more solidified and is more certain than Frimpong's.
Yeah, because Robertson's an old man.
Yeah. And we've already discussed Mbermo / Cunha, 8 mil options. Personally, the game week 1 fixtures against Arsenal. And we also don't know what the Man United team's like, so just it's a wait and see for both of them. From Sunderland, we have Adingra at 5.5 million, transfer from Brighton, likely to be Sunderland's starman. And we also have Mark Guiu, which is basically the budget 4.5 million option.
Haven't we all got him in our squad? Spoilers.
Well,
yeah. So that tells you our thoughts on him.
Yeah.
I think he's one you need to have in.
At
such a cheap price.
Yeah. Another really good cheap option is the 4 million goalkeeper Dubravka, who's transferred to Burnley. Likely going to be first choice at Burnley as well. So if you want a playing 4 mil goalkeeper, he's the person to go for.
Well, I'll say with that as well is Burnley's defensive record last season in the Championship was phenomenal.
Anyone?
It was the Championship, but you're thinking they've got a solid defensive base there. So compared to the other promotions, a potential good option there.
Yeah, basically. And the last two are basically like really, really risky picks. We have Ait Nouri from City, 6 mil. and Elanga, yeah, and Elanga,
Eddie
for
Howe
Newcastle.
mate.
Yeah, Elanga is
I
at
have
the moment an
rejected
avoid.
Elanga.
Yeah, that's basically
I
all
think
you
he-
need to know about. Yeah,
Yeah.
basically.
I think we move on.
Yeah, all you need to know about for new transfer players at FPL. So now we're going to move on to the potential best differential picks for this. So yeah, now we've got the best differential picks in FPL. So all these players are under 10%
Why is
owned.
Tarkovsky on my screen?
Yeah, that's a really good question. He is
Yeah,
somehow 5.6% owned, but we'll get onto that. So goalkeepers, yeah.
Get him out!
As mentioned, we have the Bruggen at 4.5 million, only 7.3% owned, and probably one of the better 4.5 million goalkeeper options out
I
there.
think among experts, these aren't really differential. These guys.
Yeah, among experts, but this is also just for the general
Pal,
thing.
I made my
The
team
general
about 4
public is
hours
just gonna
ago.
keep picking David Raya or something. I don't know.
Yeah,
I'm not putting Raya in my team.
yeah. Reyes actually quite highly owned, which surprises me.
Raya and Pickford, those two.
Yeah.
I
Moving on to
swear
the
everyone puts
defenders.
Pickford in them.
Yeah. Move on to defenders. We have some familiar faces like Kirkes, De Kuiper, Diouf, and Tarkovsky, obviously. We also have the Nottingham Forest defenders. I'm actually surprised both Nottingham Forest centre-backs are really low owned because they...
Hey, do you want to know why? Marinakis won't let people in.
Well, with defensive...
We can't illegally approach them.
With defensive...
Really give a FPL defender.
With defensive contributions, those two are probably one of the best defenders for FPL in general, as a matter of fact. So, if you decide between Milenkovic and Murillo, you have that. You also have Nico Williams as well for 0.5 million less. But he is a fullback, though, and likely to get not as much defensive contribution points as Milenkovic or Murillo.
I think the reason Forest might have low ownership is because they've had a very disappointing pre-season.
Forest are
I think in general,
Yeah.
Forest
Yeah.
are in big trouble. Yeah, sorry.
I agree. An honest opinion, like I don't think they just got Europa League, didn't they? So I don't think
They're
Forest.
gonna have loads of games. Yeah.
Yeah, they won't be able to balance Europe and I don't know. I feel like last season was kind of a fluke, and it will be like a return to the mean, especially with like.
We will be preying on their downfall here.
I think they'll be fairly mid-table, but maybe they could still be good defensively. Who knows?
Heartbreaking Marinakis found alive in his home.
Well, okay. Yeah. We also got Palace defenders, Chris Richards and Maxence Lacroix, both really, really low owned. Lacroix was a really
that's
good
the-
defender for defensive contributions.
Richards-
It's the European aspect again.
Yeah, it could be the European aspects as well.
And I don't think they get enough goals as defenders. But you don't think of Lacroix and Richards.
Oh no! It's the defensive contributions you're looking at now.
Yeah. You're thinking
that's what
for a lot of casual players, they still just immediately think who's going to get you goals. They don't immediately keep looking to all these changes.
Yeah.
That is a good point. And
Yeah.
another defender with defensive contributions is Joachim Anderson from Fulham. Yeah, that's basically it. I'm surprised that quite a lot of the defenders that are appearing in FPL Pro's teams are also quite low owned. So one to look out for as a differential, especially. Moving on to the midfielders, we have.
I just realised, you didn't put Mark Cucurella.
Cucurella is actually quite highly owned.
Oh really?
Yeah, he's more than 10% owned.
I would even put him as differential just because none of the experts have him.
That is a fair point. But then
Yeah, because
again,
he's a fraud. He's a fraud.
Then again, Frimpong's also really highly owned, and yet barely any experts have him. So
Yeah.
yeah. Moving on to the midfielders, right at the top we have Ebere Eze for 7.5 million, only 9.4%. Although he has links to moving out of the club, he could be one of Palace's best players that season, as well as
I think his uncertain future. His uncertain future is why he's lower.
Yeah. As well as Ismaila Sarr. 6.5 million, only 4% owned, and he's probably got one of the best attacking threats for the 6.5 million price point. The only reason people are put off by them is because of their bad fixtures in the first few game weeks. But he did score against Liverpool in the Community Shield.
Yeah, I mean he was really good against us. He was definitely their best.
Last season he was such a troll, you know that.
Yeah.
I remember he had an amazing game against you when you won the league about 5 years ago. He had an amazing game against you for Watford. He just likes playing you. That's it.
Yeah, he always has a good game against us. It's quite annoying.
Yeah.
That is true. Now we get onto the 5.5 million price points. We've already discussed Arias, Adingra, but we also have Reinders, Caicedo, and Anderson. And I think idkFPL have things to say about Reinders.
Yeah, I think Reinders. I was talking about this earlier with everyone else, and I'm confused how he's not more highly owned. I mean, I guess people might be scared about the FPO, the Pep Roulette, you know? Like, he rotates a lot of players, but I think his spot is fairly solidified. I don't see, like, they have Nico Gonzalez, I guess. Cherky won't. I doubt City will play two cams with Cherky, especially with his stamina and everything. So I think Rangers is nailed on. That's one of the positions that City's team that is nailed on for pretty much every week. And for 5.5 million, and with his stats in the Serie A last season, having like 10 goals for AC Milan, I think he's a very, very good asset. And as a differential, I mean, I'm shocked he's a differential in the first place, but I would get him straight in the team because I'm confident he's going to. I mean, he's a new signing, so maybe you don't want to take the risk, but personally, I'm confident he's going to get some amazing returns for that price.
And his spot is definitely a lot more solid, especially now Rodri's out for a while. So
That as well.
yeah. So if you want to go
That
risky,
could be a reason people don't pick him. Because if Rodri's out, there's a chance Man City won't get as good of results. Because he's such a different.
Yeah, they're losing their best.
In fairness,
they're losing,
Yeah,
so
the best
losing
Man
the best player as well. They're losing the best player, aren't they?
in fairness
Yeah.
though, in fairness though, in the last preseason game, Reinders scored 2 goals.
Yeah, Fred, you can confirm,
Yeah.
right?
People don't pick it.
Yeah.
You can confirm that City are about to lose their best player, right?
No.
No, you can confirm that, right?
We're not talking about him.
Yeah, we are not talking about him. He is not an FPL asset. If you know, you know. We also got if you got Caicedo and Anderson, they're both good for defensive contribution points. That's basically it. Yeah. We also have some really spicy options down at the bottom. First up is Dewsbury Hall, who's transferred to Everton from Chelsea. Only priced at 5 million, and he got put straight into the team in Everton's latest preseason game. So could he be a regular number 10 starter?
Sorry, no. I just realised Jack Grealish.
Jack Grealish, yes, is going to Everton, but then I feel like he'd compete more with people like Ndiaye or something.
Really?
Iliman
Oh,
Ndiaye.
yeah.
I feel like
Yeah.
Ndiaye will start. I feel like Ndiaye will start, and I feel like Grealish might. I feel like Ndiaye, Grealish, and Dewsbury Hall might all start. I have a feeling.
They're definitely gonna start Grealish. Come on, they're gonna.
Yeah, with Tieno Barry up top. So that's that. We also have Mikkel Damsgaard from Brentford. If you want a 6 mil midfielder for whatever reason. And yeah, and we also have Enzo Lefebvre, 5 million. Only less than 1% owned option in this pick, but I feel like there are better picks for 5 million. Yeah, such as Baleba, who's 5 million and good for defensive contributions. That's basically all we have to say about midfielders. Yeah, moving on to the forwards. at the top we have Mateta for 7.5 million. I feel like Mateta...
Boom, 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 boom.
Mateta is a really overlooked 7.5 million option. But I think we were all talking about Solanke or Joao Pedro. But I feel like not many people talk about Mateta. Only 7.3%
I was really
owned.
close to putting him in.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
love Mateta as a striker.
Yeah, Mateta might be one of the
Baller.
better 7.5 million options out there.
He's definitely worth getting. He'll get you goals.
Yeah.
He fights for the badge. Him in your team.
Especially as Palace's fixtures start to improve.
I guess the issue again with Palace players is the European aspect again. First
Yeah.
time in Europe, you worry about fitness, you worry about fatigue going on there, whether they'll be at the high standards again.
Yeah, that's basically it. We also have Welbeck, 6.5 million and 6.5% owned. Lucky. Although Welbeck's concerns more about minutes. So
Yeah.
yeah, he's how old is he now? Like 34 something? I think.
Yeah, he's getting old. He's getting very old now.
He's been around for like 50 years.
Yeah.
Crazy.
He's been in a long
All I'll
time.
say is Lee Gunner said he was a better baller than Mo Salah. And I trust Lee Gunner with my life.
Yeah. And another 6.5 million option is Jürgen Strand-Larsen. Although he plays Man City in the first fixture, I think he will be Wolves' main man for this season. Only 5.4% owned. Yeah.
Yeah.
If you're looking for
Pretty
6
much,
mil
yeah.
options, we have Fulkrug and Thiago. So Fulkrug will likely be West Ham's first choice striker, even though they signed Callum Wilson.
Yeah, isn't Callum Wilson going to give him like a bit of competition?
Yeah, but
I don't think.
I think there's only one West Ham player worth getting.
yeah, that is
I think-
true, but he's really overpriced at 8 mil.
Yeah, I disagree. I think he's good enough.
Yeah, but his reclassifications of forwards just put him off. That's all. We also have 5.5 million Joel Pirot for Leeds. Depends if Leeds get a striker or not. So he's an option for 5.5 mil. And then surprisingly, Evan Nilsson for 7 mil. Only 2.4% owned. I think a lot of people are put off with him because of Liverpool in game week 1 and all that. But I think he'll do well this season. I think.
There's always the worry about a season wonder aspect of forwards,
Yeah.
where they have one really good season, and then they're hesitant about putting them in the second season because you never know whether they're going to reach the heights they did last year.
Yeah.
And for 7 million, you can't afford to take that much time. So there's one you wait on, see how he does.
Yeah, well, I feel like Evan Nelson will get a lot more goals than he did last season. Especially, yeah.
Again, it's a risk.
Well,
though.
Bournemouth have lost a lot of players.
That's
so-
what I mean. Bournemouth have lost quite a lot. They fell off at the end of last season. They had a really good middle part of last season, but towards the end they started to fall away.
Yeah.
So not much momentum going in. Lost a bunch of players.
Yeah, that is true. And lastly, we have an interesting pick here, Igor Thiago from Brentford, 6 million, only 1.2% owned, and likely to be Brentford's first choice striker if Vissa
Not
leaves.
like it anymore.
Although, yeah,
Not like it anymore.
yeah,
No one's picking it through.
No one hates him.
yeah. I mean, yeah. Although
When you just lost in Buemo, you're going to lose Wissa. No one's putting Thiago in.
I mean, actually, there's actually quite a few experts who are putting Thiago in for some reason.
Yeah, but they're all
Thiago looks
nerds. They're all nerds.
What finding a striker?
Yeah,
Well,
Brentford are apparently buying a striker as
Jesus,
well.
bro.
So that's
Exactly.
just more reason to put him off. That's basically it. Yeah. So yeah, I think that is it for all the differential picks we're talking about. So now we're going to be revealing each of our teams one by one. We're going to be starting with FPL Train, which is me. So at the moment, I've got a Kelleher Dubravka, which Kelleher's been yellow flagged.
Risky.
So I do realise it's risky, and I feel like I want to move Kelleher onto someone else, but I can't really decide for who. So that is something to look at before game week 1. And we'll also have to assess if Kelleher's fit enough to play game week 1 in the first place. One thing I am really happy about, though, is my back line. I have Murillo, who's probably the better Nottingham Forest defender for defensive contributions. Milenkovic is also good as well for the goal threat. You also have Tarkowski, who's also really good for defensive contributions, likewise. And I have to put Mark Cucurella in my team. I think... Cucurella plays for a Chelsea side who's likely going to be a good solid defence this season, even though Colwell's out. And the reason I'm picking Cucurella is because of his attacking threat. He often sometimes he acts as a box crashing player, so that's how he gets quite a lot of his goals. He was also able to cross in from the left as well, able to get a few assists, and you know, not really relying on set pieces as much as other defenders such as Van Dijk and all that. So yeah, and in defence,
how much did Bartok pay you to put Tarkowski?
Zero. I'm not asking for
Sure, pal. We know.
Listen, I don't have
business
Tarkowski on my own team.
Yes, you paid him to put in the train.
Yeah,
we know your game. We see you.
He's a good pick.
Yeah. In the defence, oh my god. I've also got a 4.5 mil pick, Chris Richards, for defensive contributions. Might change around my 4.5 million defenders, but we'll see. And I've got Esteve as the 4 million defender. Yeah,
he was the best defender in the championship last year. So it's worth a punt.
Yeah. I've gone with a 3-5-2 here, so I have 5 midfielders. Obviously with the Salah Palmer lineup, Ndiaye as well for the fixture and also the fact that he's on pens. I also have Mohamed Kudus, which is another player I'm not 100% about. He's a good game week 1 fixture, but then we've seen the Spurs pre-season. It's not been that good. It's not been that great.
Yes, it has. We beat Arsenal, pal.
Yeah, but you lost 4-0 to Bayern, to be fair.
No. Newcastle lost 4-0 to Celtic. Arsenal lost to Villarreal.
He hasn't got any Newcastle. He hasn't got any.
Arsenal lost to Villarreal.
Well, the difference is Arsenal just hammered. They had at least one convincing performance, Arsenal.
Yeah, we beat Arsenal.
They'll be alright.
We beat Arsenal. Yeah. Trust me, trust the process. But when we win the Super Cup on Wednesday, everyone will be putting Kudus in there.
I'm sure we'll win.
What's just based?
Sure.
Yeah, it all depends on the Super Cup. Yeah, it all depends on the Super Cup. And I also have Elliot Anderson as my 5.5 million defensive contributions midfielder. And up top, I've gone Watkins and Gyökeres, both 9 mil options in the bag. And basically, my plan is if Gyökeres doesn't work out for me, like I don't know, he flops or something, then at least I can distribute the funds elsewhere. I can downgrade Gyökeres to a 7.5 million forward. And then I can upgrade elsewhere, basically. Yeah, that's essentially my part of my plan. And I also got Mark Hughes, my 4.5 million forward. That's a given, basically.
That's gonna be a pattern.
Yeah. Moving on to FPL Wii. Would you like to explain
fraud,
your team?
the biggest Jesus Christ, what is that?
FPL Wii.
Oh shoot! I'm half asleep. My bad.
Wake up.
Alright. Okay. Sanchez, Chelsea guy. Listen, I don't rate Sanchez highly, right? But,
None of us do. None of us do.
Yeah, no one rates Chelsea. But I rate the Chelsea defense. And Chelsea are going to be in a title fight this year. And 5.0 for a goalkeeper who's in a title fight is a pretty damn good deal for Sis and myself. Nico Williams, Mr. FPL Train was like giving him some stick earlier. He's a fullback at the end of the day. End of the day, fullbacks always get their assists and they get defensive contributions. So they're just better. But anyway,
I honestly disagree. I don't think Nottingham Forest fullbacks are as attacking as people say.
Cringe.
Well, trust the process, okay? Anyway, so we have Mr. Virgil van Dijk. Bournemouth at home is pretty easy. Virgil van Dijk scores goals, defense contribution clean sheets, everything. He's just
Old man.
literally the guy to put in team.
He was a
Van-
fraud he was a fraud in the community shield.
I would
Van
rather
de
Had
Ven
a
is in there just
woeful game.
because
He was woeful, man.
Van de Ven is in there because he's better than Chris Richardson in this fixture. But other than that, I don't think he's that great of a pick. Imagine he's a 4.5 guy.
Depends on
Yeah,
what
man,
we do.
Ndiaye, He's gonna cook for He's gonna cook for Everton this season. Only 6.5, not too shabby. Bruno Fernandes. I mean, he's Bruno Fernandes, mate. He was United's, but by far the United's best player last season.
2 open play goals last season.
Yeah, but who cares? Penalties, he took a penalty.
Me.
And he's still going to be an penalty taker. Mo Salah, no explanation. Palmer, no explanation. Anderson, defensive contributions. Hopefully Forest don't fall off that badly. Watkins, no
What do you mean,
explanation.
hopefully they don't fall off? I hope they get relegated. Oh, shut your mouth.
Okay, well, hopefully
I
for
hope
my
they
FPL,
fall off massively.
Watkins, no explanation. Benjamin Sesko. Listen, you got to hear me out on this one, right? Benjamin Sesko, he's gonna be grand for 7.5.
There are better 7.5 million options out there.
Clip this. Clip it.
Imagine telling yourself a few years ago you could have your United's main man up front for only 7.5. That's why you get Sesko. United
Yeah,
are
you'd
going
be getting Weghorst. That's what you'd be getting, man.
No. You used to get like the
Weghorst.
Zlatan.
I'm not even joking. Weghorst, when United signed him, was a better player than Sesko. And look at that.
You got the Marcus Rashford, etc. You know. And
I do
this
not have
Sesko
any.
guy, Sesko is going to cook. Dubravka is 4.0. Mark Hughes 4.5. Esteve is cheap. Richards defense contributions. And there's my team, which is probably almost undeniably going to change. But yeah, we'll find out.
Basically,
now time for the best two.
Basically, all of our teams are going to change. All right. Next, we've got idkFPL
The best
team.
The best two teams coming up.
Okay, so in goal for my two goalkeepers, I have Dubravka and Petrovic. I see Dubravka's obviously an injury risk, and yeah, Petrovic they don't really have good first pictures, but I think they're fine outside that, so I'm just gonna keep it. I mean, with Petrovic, the only problem is that Bournemouth might not be as good because they've lost a lot of their key defense, but I don't know. I rate Iriola highly, and I don't think they'll drop off that much, in my opinion. But
to be
we'll
fair,
see as the season.
that also means Petrovic will get save points because he'll be saving quite a lot of things.
That as well. I rate Petrovic as a goalkeeper, and yeah, he will get a lot of save points if the Bournemouth defense isn't bad. So that's a plus side always. Now, moving on to my defense, I have Wan-Bissaka. I mean, he was good last season in terms of contributions, and
Great tackler.
I don't expect West Ham to be that much worse or that much better. They're kind of a meh team for me, but I think Wan-Bissaka will stay at a similar level, for 4.5 million. That's a really good level in my opinion. Gabriel, what more is there to say? Arsenal are corner merchants. Arteta is a terrorist. Because of Arteta's terrorism from relying on set pieces to even play football.
Rose bombing the Middle East with those corners, man. Jesus.
Exactly. Every Gabriel header is like one bomb in the Middle East, pretty much. So yeah, he's gonna get a lot of goals because of Arteta bin Laden. Next is Udogie. I think he's a very attacking fullback. He's got Burnley at home first. That's always a good fixture. So yeah, for now I've got him.
He's
What
yellow
I'll say with
flagged.
Udogie is he's yellow flagged.
He is also
not
yellow
had a pre-season. He's not really had a
He's in the
pre-season.
squad for the Super Cup, so
Yeah, he's in the squad for the Super Cup, but you've also got the risk of Jed Spence playing there at left back because he's been an option there for us this past.
I think
8
Jed
months
Spence
or
won't. I'll be honest, Jed Spence won't start.
We'll see.
What I mean is for game week 1 because Udogie's
okay.
been in and out, so it could be a risk of putting him in now when Spence could be starting game week 1. But
Yeah, I know
he
Jed
could
Spence
be
had a good
starting for
season,
the
but I don't think he'll start over.
He'll be a
Udogie.
utility player for us. He's a squad.
Okay, yes. So to finish off, I have the QPR, very good for Bruges last season. Uh, it's just a matter of seeing how he does for Brighton. He's a very nailed-on starter at 4.5, so there's that. And Reynaldo to finish off the defense. He's very likely to start. He's Sunderland's first choice left back, I think. So, and yeah, left backs are always quite good in terms of goal threat and defensive contributions. So yeah, I think he's personally for me the best 4.0 defender. Right, moving on to the midfield now. Salah and Palmer, I mean, those are the obvious ones, yeah. You have Kudus, which many other people have picked, 6.5 million, good price. Didn't get much goals and assists for West Ham last season, but
He's looked good for us in
in,
pre-season. He's been our best
in
player in pre-season.
he's been their best player in preseason. He's been very good in preseason, and under Frank's system, I expect him to get more contributions. So there's that. Now, Marlon, it's kind of a risk for me, and I've heard his name being thrown around in a lot in like FPL circles, but it's like he's either spoken about very positively or very negatively, I feel. And the reason I've gone for him is in terms of minutes, I think we're now like Asensio, Rashford gone. I think his minutes is now a clear pathway for him in the team. Like he's going to be starting in and out. And I do think he's a very decent player, so there's that. I mean, it is a differential pick, it is a big risk, but I think we'll see how it works out for now. And I have Rangers on the bench. I already talked about him earlier. I'm not going to say much more, but again, I really do have faith that he will come good. I think he's like the Gundogan region, basically. And that's like a big statement, but I really do see that type of player in him. So, yeah, we'll see. Now, moving on to the attack, Mark Guehi on the bench, obviously, as seen with the last two teams. And I've gone for Haaland, another premium. But basically, why I've had to do this is because initially I had Isaac in the team, but now it looks like he's frozen out of the Newcastle squad for now. So he's not going to play until the window ends, until he gets his move to Liverpool, or until like Newcastle just unfreeze him or something. I don't know, but yeah, that's why I have Holland there for now. Obviously, Holland's always going to be a good pick, but I'm thinking when Isaac becomes available, I just go back to him again. And Strand Larson, yeah, I know Man City first. Wolves aren't looking that good this year, but I do think as their main man, with Cunha gone, he's their main man, obviously. So I do think he's gonna do even better than last season, actually. So, yeah.
Yeah, overall pretty decent team. Surprised you managed to fit Salah, Palmer, and Haaland in the
Yeah,
same team.
3 big hitters and a team like that. That's very.
Yeah, basically. All right. And now we move on to
my team.
move on to FredPL's team.
I did. Yeah, man, I whipped this up earlier today. Big Dean Henderson in goal. Great keeper. I don't care that he's got Chelsea first. I really rate him. Royal Britannia, am I right? Kirkes, again, I saw him in the Community Shield. Really impressed me. I think he's going to be getting goals and assists, defensive contributions for Liverpool all season. I think he's someone you need there. Gabriel, as IDK man said, terrorism balls, he's just going to score from corners. And because they sit so low, they're not going to concede any goals because they park the burst terrorism ball. So I think he's a must-have team. Livramento, bit of a risky one because of uncertainty around Newcastle, but I feel like he could be in for a really strong season here. Could play either left or right side. Does well attacking. Newcastle have bolstered their defence now with this, with Fuel coming in at centre back. So I expect them to be stronger defensively, and with Ramsdale as well instead of the Hope could be stronger defensively there. Pedro Porro, because with the Thomas Frank system, I expect him to be putting more balls into the box, more attacking contributions there. The risk with him is he can't defend, but I put him in anyway because I need to get my free Spurs players. I forgot to say, my other goalkeeper's Kings. Get the free Spurs players in. I put Robinson in, even though he's red, but I don't care. I think when he's back fit again, he will be a starter. I don't have Mo Salah in this team because I feel like this could be a transition year for Liverpool, where Salah gets less involvement and other players step up. So instead, I have kept the Palmer pick. I think that's a no-brainer. But I've gone for Florian Wirtz instead. I think he's going to be a key player to Liverpool all season. And contrary to what IDK said, I think he can pick. Once again, I've gone Kudus because he was our best player in pre-season, and I'm biased and I don't care. Saka.
Savio would be better.
Saka's just a really good player. I'm surprised no one else has him in. I think he's Arsenal's main goal threat. He'll get you goals. I think, if I'm not wrong, he takes the penalties for Arsenal. So I think.
Yeah, well, with Saka, I mean, if most people will either choose between Palmer and Saka, and Palmer would be the better option. Don't get me wrong, Saka will still be a good player. I think like the penalty, he might not be on regular penalties anymore. Especially with Gyökeres.
Even so, I think he's their main goal threat, and I think with someone like Gyökeres, he gives them the opportunity to create even more now with a proper striker up front. So there's that to look out for as well. Then I've got a TK. Of course, this could change if Isak comes in, where I will probably take him out. But as things stand, I think he must have a striker. I think he's gonna, for that price, I think he's really worth having in. I think he's gonna get loads of goal contributions for Liverpool. And controversially, I have gone Bowen because I think Bowen is just going to get you goals. He will get you assists, even in a really poor West Ham team. You know he's going to contribute goals and assists. So I think and with Sunderland first game of the season, and on the bench, a lot of red and yellow there. I've already mentioned. I think Morgan Rogers is one to look out for this season. Against once he's fully fit, I think he's going to be such a valuable for the season. We saw last season in that Villa team. So a must pick for me, and like everyone else, got Mark Geane.
Yeah.
Shock.
So yeah, thanks everyone for sharing their team. So now we're going to move on to what we have created as a team. Cough, that means me and Bartot. Oh, and okay. It's fine.
We will create our own. Me and IDK are creating our own for next time. Wait and see, pal. We're gonna cook you.
Yeah. Okay. All right. That's fine. So, this is the latest team. So, we have Sanchez in goal. For obvious reasons. You know, Chelsea defense. 5 million. Probably going to be playing him every week. We've got over Murillo, Tarkowski back line, you know, defensive contributions. And Van de Ven as our 4.5 million defender, with Chris Richards on the bench to sub on for Van de Ven in due course, and Esteve as our 4 million defender. In midfield, we have Mo Salah as the captain, and Palmer vice-captain. Pretty obvious picks. Ndiaye and Anderson, we've discussed about this. And we've also gone for Bruno Fernandes.
I think this seems.
I wonder who suggested that. I wonder who suggested.
Yeah, I mean this team's pretty bog standard. I think this is probably if there was a template for FPL like top players, I think this would be it. I'm not saying we're experts, but I think this would be roughly what they're saying.
Yeah, and yeah. As forwards, we have Watkins, Mark Yu, but we've also gone with the risk of Joao Pedro. Crystal Palace at home. We've gone with the risk, and that's a risk that we are willing to take. So this is our latest team.
To be fair, I can't believe you put Joao Pedro in your 15-man team. For more information on that.
Yeah.
Joao Pedro.
Well, yeah. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, but this is basically what we've all created as a group. Obviously, according to IDKFPL and FredPL, they're going to create their own team. So Stay tuned
We'll
for
see.
that.
We'll see who
Wait
wins.
and see. Wait and
So,
see, pal. You're not
I
ready
suppose,
for us.
I suppose with these teams, we should probably have like a bit of a wager. You know, just to see, just to spice things up.
As a combined team. This is will be
So
interesting.
it's me, which is FPL Wii, and also FPL Train versus idkFPL and J. What is it?
Well, what could we do is it
FPL?
FredPL.
Uh, What
Your
I think
factor
the
in.
objective is we have to beat you by over 100 points. Otherwise,
You have to make a Tarkovsky fail comp.
and if we do beat you by over 100 points, then any forfeit ideas?
Actually, no. You will have to make a fail comp consisting of every single player at the point.
Okay. And
Although
what if
worst
what if
moment
what if we
of the
do get
season.
over 100 points over you guys?
Well, I don't know. You decide.
FPL Train, any ideas?
Really good question. If we do get over 100 points in FPL, then you guys, then then you guys are gonna you guys are gonna have a
I think we push IDK onto a pool.
I'll take that. I'll take one for me. I've scammed this.
That we just find a swimming pool. I don't know.
You want me to jump into a lake or something?
Yeah, you do that as well.
Yeah.
Okay, man.
You guys are gonna have to do the
Now you
jump
got you
into
got
the
to do something to punish me as well.
Yeah. You go jump into your own pool or whatever. I don't know.
I don't. My own pool. Hell, I'm not a billionaire, man.
Oh, okay.
I don't own multiple properties.
You got Sanchez. Whatever.
Okay, how about if we win by over 100 points in FPL this season, then next season your starting team has to consist of players you all hate.
Deal. I'll go full Arsenal, Chelsea, West Ham,
Oh, that's fair. That's fair. Yeah.
Forest.
Okay.
There you go. That's a deal.
That's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair.
All right. So
And I'm looking forward to see your hate comp on all the players in your team.
We're gonna hammer you by over 100 points. So
Trust me, pal. We're just gonna copy your team.
this is gonna get spicy. This is gonna get spicy.
IDK man.
and if you give
IDK
up,
man,
you're
if
gonna
we
have
just
to do the forfeit. So
IDK man, if we just copy their team, we've done it.
Yeah.
no, we're not gonna tell you.
Yes!
We're not gonna tell you, man. No, you won't know. You won't know. You won't know us. Wait, you can copy our team now.
Sure, pal.
No, you
Sure,
can copy our team
pal.
now. But you can't copy our... No, you can copy our team now. That's fine. You can always copy our team, but
We have our methods, pal.
but you can't copy our transfers
Why not, pal?
Wow. Okay. Well.
because we're making them independently. So it's like we're doing it ourselves, and you make your transfers between you guys. You know.
Well, this is getting really
Actually,
spicy here. Yeah.
We should change their forfeit. Hang on, this forfeit was not good enough. No. No. I just realized if they give up, they're not going to give a crap about the forfeit anyway. Because if they give up, they're not going to care anyway. So, give me 1 second. I'm going to look something up.
I will make a 10-minute rock on hate comp.
Nah, give me 1 second.
That's reward, not punishment.
No.
Okay,
10 minutes.
Both.
10 minutes of Oakland's worst moments. That'll be so.
No. 10 minute Gasly love comp.
I've already done the Gazzy comp. I've done the
onion.
Gazzy comp. I'm not doing it.
Okay, hear me out. You both have to eat a raw onion.
I'm not doing
What
that.
the hell? No. Now that is the lamest forfeit ever, pal. That is the most cliche forfeit ever.
Yeah, but no one likes eating raw onions, so...
I will walk around the street wearing a low taper fade shirt. Oh wait, I've done that before.
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
You know what? Let's just settle with the let's just settle.
No
with
alcohol. No alcohol for 2 months.
Let's
there we
just
go.
settle with our
That's good enough.
fair. Let's
That's
just
easy
settle
for me.
with our forfeits. All right. This is getting spicy.
We'll do it. We'll talk about it next time.
Yeah.
Discuss forfeit.
Though, yeah, we do have some closing thoughts before game week 1. So, first point will be preseason thoughts. Just in general, you know, the performances we've seen from each team. We already discussed, say, I don't know, Brentford, Nottingham Forest, to Bournemouth, potentially, you know, potentially, you know, having a performance decrease. Yeah. Any other thoughts you guys have?
I don't really care about preseason. Roll on the Premier League. That's what I say.
Yeah. So yeah, Premier League starting this weekend, this Friday. So
Friday.
yeah, bring on
Be
the
there
Premier
or be
League.
square.
Yeah.
Let's go.
We also have.
Hopefully Thursday goes really well. Probably won't, but whatever.
Spurs will make top 5.
Yeah. We also have rotation risks.
We're going
here.
there.
Yeah. And I've already
roulette.
mentioned, Pep roulettes, Chelsea roulettes, even now we can call it.
Yeah.
And yeah, just
Even
like
Liverpool roulette in midfield.
yeah, there's especially with teams with a lot of squad depth, they're going to be rotating players, so you always have to look out for any of them. We also have yellow flagged players like the ones that I've seen. Some of these players have been injured in pre-season, and well, in the case of Mark Guiu, they flagged it as lack of match fitness. But I think he will play a part in the Sunderland team from game week 1
He'll be on
onwards.
the bench.
Yeah.
That's my prediction.
So even though some players are yellow flagged, you always just got to look out for any relevant information you see from trusted FPL or team related sources. We also
What I say is look into injury histories as well.
yeah. We
Who's
also got
injury prone?
yeah, we also got chip usage as well. Some people are going bench boost in game week 1. Some people are holding their chips. Remember, there's double chips, so we have one set of chips from game week 1 to 19, and then another set from 20 to 38. So we have to manage our chips a bit different to how we did last season, because the moment that game week 19 passes and you haven't used one of your chips, then that chip is gone forever. You miss out on those points. It's also important to note that the transfer window is still open. I've got to say, there's rumours on Isak to Liverpool, Visser to Newcastle, etc. So always
we do
be
not talk
on the
about the
lookout.
one Spurs has been linked with.
Yeah,
We do not talk
you
about
always have to be on the lookout for any players that might transfer. For example, you know, we'd had say Dewsbury Hall going from Chelsea to Everton, and now starting for Everton at 5 million, potentially a really good option. So always important to check for any transfers until the deadline day, essentially. And last thoughts would be squad formation. Would it be big at the back
Forward the
or
back,
load up the
baby.
attack?
Forward the back.
Yeah, so
We're all doing forward the back.
some
We
people
are playing 4-4 fucking 2.
Even though I did do forward the back in my team. forward the
Brexit
back.
ball. We're doing Brexit ball this year, man.
Some
The
people are
Brexit
going.
balls will be there.
Some people are going 4 at the back. Some people are going 3 at the back, 3-5-2, like I am. Some people are going 3-4-3. So, because the defense is a lot more important than it has been in previous seasons, especially.
That's what I mean. I think previously you had to go 3 at the back, but I think 4 at the back's a viable option this year.
It is a viable option, and centre backs and defensive midfielders are also potential options for this year. So you always have to be, you know. We'll see how FPL plays along. There's definitely a lot more statistics and analysis online, obviously, with the defensive contribution tables and how many points each players would have get and expected points. So,
And trust me, I will be looking at none of them. I'm going purely off vibes.
yeah. So the point is, there's still a lot of uncertainty within the first few game weeks of FPL. So don't be discouraged if you somehow have a bad first few game weeks. Things will improve, things will stabilize, things will calm down, and, you know, just lock in, you know, to keep it consistent throughout the entirety of the rest of the game weeks. And yeah, do you guys have anything else to say?
No to Savidio.
No comments.
No comments.
Chelsea
Well,
winning the league. Chelsea.
well, I wish, man. But so,
We're gonna win this. We're gonna win the Super Cup. We're gonna win the Super Cup.
yes. Well, if we don't have anything else, so all I can say is good luck for game week 1. I hope we all have a good FPL seasons, and we shall see you guys in the next episode of the FPL Frauds podcast, and we shall see you then.
Hell yeah.
Bye.
Thank you guys. Good.
Bye.
See you game week 1.
Make sure to like and subscribe.